This is Larry Zbyszko, wrestling's living legend, and we're perched on the top rope.
The following announcement has been paid for by Perched on the Top Rope.
Welcome, everyone, to Perched on the Top Rope. I am your host, former dirt sheet writer from Ringside News, Sportskeeda, The Sportster, you name it, I've written there. I'm Lee Walker. I am joined by WWE Hall of Famer, the living legend, Larry Zbyszko. Larry, I must say, that's a fantastic shirt.
Oh, thank you. You know, Florida wear, fancy shirts, loose flip-flops. I hate shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a good shirt on, too. I like it.
I got to ask, the other day, probably the biggest news in professional wrestling dropped. What are your thoughts on Vince McMahon retiring?
Oh, well, I really don't know. I'm 70 years old, and I'm kind of retired. I'm to the point now where I really don't want to work. I don't need the money, but I get kind of bored. So maybe once a month I'll fly out and do an autograph signing, or once every 2 months I'll fly out, and I get a whole bunch of, podcast requests. So it's like you can never really disappear. But I like meeting the fans and going out. The last couple of years flying has been a pain in the butt with the COVID and the lines and the delays and so I slow down. But maybe once a month, once every 2 months, I'll fly out somewhere. But Vince too. Vince, was a workaholic and he's, I started, basically right after Vince kind of started, for the WWF and his dad.
Mm-hmm.
And he worked his butt off. He was a workaholic, and after he'd work, he'd go upstairs above the office. He had a gym, he'd work out. He was buff. And, but after a while, how much life do you have left? Do you want to spend the rest of your life working, or do you want to spend the rest of your life with your grandkids? If I was Vince, I'd buy a yacht and sail around and see different paradises around this beautiful planet. And, he's got Stephanie, who's a very, very nice woman, but very smart, and Triple H, who loves the business. So the business he created, which really was an amazing thing, because what pro wrestling was in the 60s and 70s, actually, you can look at me and Bruno and Shea Stadium, and that big thing kind of marks the end of an era. And then, unfortunately, Vince Sr. passed. And when Vince Jr., took it, he really didn't, there was really nothing there. It was on the verge of going under or whatever, but he really took a gamble and put everything he owned up online to start, something that became bigger than the Super Bowl, WrestleMania.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Vince is an amazing creator. So, I got to give him credit, but, at 77, God, my dad made it to 93. He's still going. But, it gets to a point, too, where you say, hey, I only got so many years left. I want to enjoy it. And I don't blame him. I'm basically retired. Once in a while, I like flying out and meeting the fans and doing that. But what do you want to work your ass off till death? What's the point?
If you do that, then you really didn't live.
Yeah, God, if I was Vince, I'd buy a yacht, and I got my private jet, and I'd go see the world. He's got grandkids and, good family, and
yeah,
and people that will take, what he created, between Stephanie and Triple H, and I don't know what Shane's doing, but they all love the business. They're very smart, and they're surrounded by some people, including me. Like I'll help Triple H and Stephanie out whatever I can. The PC, the Performance Center, where we want to create more, new attractions, new stars. Because the wrestling is at a stage where they need a new era of big stars. Pretty soon they're going to, right now, Brock Lesnar's the big baby, big hero. People believe in him.
Yeah.
And you got a couple other guys that are good. Bobby Lashley looks good. You know, Omos is a giant kind of guy that's big, and Drew and some others. But you're getting to the point where they've been there for 10 years, wrestling each other. You need a new era of stars. And the Performance Center right down the street, you know, I was sticking my head in there before and helping out some guys, but then the COVID crap came in and kind of delayed that stuff. So I really haven't been involved, but I've been watching and keeping my eye on some things. But it's really a new era, so hopefully it'll be great. But what Vince created was unbelievable.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching that video. If you liked what you saw, make sure you hit the like button and make sure you hit subscribe so you can get all our content here at Perched on the Top Rope. And fans, remember, spoiler free's the way to be. I'm out.